Good afternoon, everyone. It is Charles and Geoff coming to you live from the Crystal Universe warehouse in Port Melbourne. So it is Wednesday, and we have our resident paleontologist, Geoff, in here today. Hello, Geoff. How are you?
Good.
That's what we like to hear. Now, Geoff's bought some more of his gems. So Geoff's bought some of his private collection. So, Geoff, we're going to start up here. What have we got here?
Well, it's a lobster.
A lobster.
Well, I call it a crayfish, but it's technically a lobster.
He's a baby. He's only so small.
Yeah, they come in all sizes.
Okay.
He's a petite one.
So we're doing fossils today, guys. Welcome, because we do have a lot of fossils. It's Wayback Wednesday. This is a fossilised crayfish. How special is this little piece? Now, this I'm cheating, guys, because there's a little cheat sheet down below. This is from Lebanon. Is that right?
Yep.
Fantastic. And what we've got a time frame here of what?
Cretaceous.
Yeah.
65, 70 million years.
So look at this, guys. The crayfish. People, give me a thumbs up if you like crayfish. If you like to eat crayfish. Do you like crayfish?
I don't mind a good shrimp or two.
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? So this is a crayfish from Lebanon, 65 million years of age. It's just stunning.
It's about one of three localities that they have in Lebanon, which they get Cretaceous marine fossils, a lot of fish.
Because here's only, here we go, they're all giving me a thumbs up. They all like their crayfish. This is about, what would you say, Geoff, about 3 or 4 centimetres in length from like the tail to the claws at the top?
Wouldn't go 3 centimetres, I don't say.
Okay.
I don't
It's about,
say 3 centimetres.
okay, yeah.
But technically it's a miniature.
Oh, 10. I've got something to show you that's coming up next, love. You're going to love it. But this is nice because this is what we're trying to do. So you can find all of these things. If you found this, how would you get it? So say I'm in the middle of Lebanon, right? Or somewhere in the world, and I find a fossil like this. How could I get it? How could somebody tell me what it is and how old it might be? What would the process be?
Well, usually to work out an age or something, you would look at the geological map of the country.
Yep.
And work out what age is relevant to that area.
Yep.
Which would give you an indicator.
Yep.
Then you'd look at the fossils. Fossils are a good indicator of age of material.
Yep.
Guy called Smith in America and England is called the father of geology. Worked out these geological maps relative to the UK, and he basically did it through working out that the same fossil was found in different parts of the country. So
okay.
You put one and one together and you get 2. That if you got the same fossil in another part of the country, it's got to be the rock of the same age or a similar age.
Yes. I have to say, Geoff, one thing I found really interesting, I was at the museum on Monday and I went and saw the new Triceratops exhibition. And it was really interesting to get something at this level, like at this detail, how much of it has to be preserved and how many factors could actually prevent something like this from ever forming. Like they were talking... The
majority of creatures that have been living on the planet leave no record of their...
That's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. If there's heavy rainfall, it could wash it away. Yeah. If there's rainfall and then there's erosion, it gives it to the elements. So when we get something like this, it's very special because it's been preserved in time.
Yeah, well, it's basically preserved in a limestone, which is a marine environment where it's been dyed or it's been asphyxiated and fallen to the bottom of the ocean or sea or the lagoon.
Yeah. And
it's covered by sediments.
Yes.
With a high calcium carbonate content.
Yes. It's very special because when I was watching that video and I was saying, the water has a part to play. The earth has a part to play. Then if there's earthquakes and things like that, that shifts, particularly bigger fossils like dinosaurs and stuff like that, it can actually change the skeleton or the skeletals because it can squash them. So when we find something like this, it's very, very special.
So that's been flattened by the weight.
On top of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a sandwich.
Yes.
A sandwich
layers, yes. And you're squashing it all in so it's sitting there.
So it becomes flat.
So this is the next piece we've got going on here. So what's this one? I had to ask Geoff, what is it? Because it looks like a piece of black to me. But what is it, Geoff?
To me, it's fairly obvious that if you've ever had a shrimp cocktail, well, that's basically what it is.
A shrimp cocktail. Okay, a prehistoric shrimp cocktail. So if you have a look at it, guys, this is the front, correct?
The head, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, And
That's
then
that part you pull off when you're making a cocktail.
yeah, and then it tails around here,
Yeah.
and then it comes through.
Yep.
And we think that this could be its eye. Is that correct?
Oh, it's about the right spot for the eye.
Yeah. Well, I'm fascinated that the eye could be preserved if that was the eye.
Well, it's an impression of the eye.
Okay.
It's a matter of looking at it.
So as you can see, guys, it's coming from the Isle of Wight in England. Okay. So this is a very special piece. Now, Geoff, how old do we think? 100 million years of age. Look at it. 100 million years of age. Imagine having a shrimp cocktail.
Put it on the side, you can see it's got that shrimp curve tail.
You can see it. It's just stunning. And just to think, this is so old.
It's been compressed, but not severely.
Look at the back.
So. The Isle of Wight is probably one of the premier localities in the UK for Cretaceous
Is it really?
fossils.
Yep.
Basically, the dinosaurs have been very prevalent finds in that area, very highly fossiliferous.
So what was it about that area that would have created like an abundance of life? What was it that the dinosaurs might have wanted to have been there, or the fossils were there, or
would have been tropical environment in all probability.
Okay.
It's an island now, but it wasn't necessarily an
Yes.
island back then.
Yep.
But if you keep going to the west of the Isle of Wight, you come across the Jurassic coast where you've got Line Regis,
Yes.
Mary Anning's,
Yes.
Victorian fossil finds, which they've made a movie about. But
Yep.
so she's considered to be extremely important in English paleontology as being one of the first people to make a living by finding fossils and selling them to advanced collectors and
Yes.
museums.
And it's so nice that we have these available to us, particularly in museums. The Museum Victoria had a great collection the other day. So this is, we're doing a bit of seafood today. So this was a lobster, okay? And this was the prawn or the shrimp, okay? Now we're going to come into some of the plant life that they might have fed off.
It's not plant life.
Or seaweed.
No.
All right, what is it? Come on, hit me.
This is a crinoid. We talked about it last week, crinoids.
We did.
They're called sea lilies. They're a creature similar to echinoids or sea urchins.
Yes.
They lived on the bottom of the ocean and were filter feeders. And this is a crown of one showing a bit of the stem.
This is an absolutely exquisite specimen because you can actually see the form and the detail and all of this. Now, I'm going to show you a picture. Geoff kindly printed this for us so that we could see it. This is what it looks like. So this is what the crinoid looks like, or would have looked like.
Like one species of it.
Yes.
Numerous species that have different shapes, but that basic design with the crown
Yes.
or the head, or where the animal filter feeded, and then you'd have its attachment and then its roots
Down below.
to the
Yes.
bottom of the ocean.
So this is what it looks like, guys. So what you're seeing is this part here, okay, at the top. So that's what you're seeing there in the crinoid. And now, we were talking before, because we have some here in store, and ours were from Morocco. So they're more browny in colour, aren't they?
They've got a high iron content.
Okay, so this one here is from Indiana.
It's a calcareous shale with a high lime content.
Is that so? That's why the colouring is different, because the iron would have coloured that more reddy, and this doesn't have the colouring through it.
Iron's quite often a colouring agent. You get that with amethyst and rose quartz.
Yes.
Basically coloured by iron.
Yes, and he's saying, wow, it's so well preserved. It's stunning, Annie. This is the most amazing piece, and you can actually see where it would have connected down below him, but you can sort of see the detail in it. You can see the rings in it.
I've been to that locality several times. A friend of mine owned the site.
Okay.
So I've collected and dug into that particular site. It's a historical site.
Did you find anything when you were there? Did you go fossicking to look for anything there? Did you find anything?
Yeah.
Was it easy or was it hard to do?
Well, you're digging on the side of a hill.
Yeah.
So no, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't difficult. But
did it take you
it was
long?
private property, so no one else could access
yes.
it.
So you had permission, but did it take you long to find something?
No, it's pretty fossiliferous.
Okay.
There's a lot of material there, but a lot of partial material.
Yes.
It's like walking along the beach.
Yes.
You see a lot of broken shells before
Yes.
you find a complete one.
Yes.
So it's a similar sort of
Okay, so the
situation.
process would be very similar then. I love that.
Finding complete specimens is uncommon. They tend to be broken up
Yes.
due to
Elements.
nature of
Yes.
elements.
Yep. How old would this piece be, do you think?
That's Mississippian, which is...
Oh,
what
we did that
talked
last
about.
week, remember? Pennsylvanian or Mississippian.
Yes.
So on the geologic time scale, it's the Carboniferous. So we had the Mississippian here and the Pennsylvanian.
In the USA, they split it up because of the overwhelming amount of that particular part of the geological timescale.
Yep.
They split it into upper and lower Carboniferous, but in Australia and the UK, they call it Carboniferous.
Okay, so we're looking at what? Between 323 to 360 possibly million years of age.
Yeah, that'll be on the top of
All right. So the late.
lower Mississippian. So it'll be down here.
Okay, so about 300. Let's go 320 million years of age,
Approximately.
just to be a little bit safer.
Give or take.
Look at how well the Earth is preserved. Okay, for 320 million years of age. Look at that detail. It's absolutely the next level. Look at it. I've never seen anything so delicate like this, Geoff. It's stunning. Is this a part? Now, these are all from your personal collection.
Yep.
Are these prized pieces for you, or are they just, I need to have that in my collection? It's a collector's piece.
Oh, they're collector's pieces to me, but
Yeah.
they have some significance.
Mm-hmm.
Areas that I'm interested in.
Yep.
But it was just an average representation of pieces I thought would be of interest.
But it is, because when you look at it like this, and I'm seeing the crown, and you look at it, this is what it was, this is how it looked 320 million years ago. It makes man seem so insignificant, doesn't it? When you look at it in that time frame, man is so insignificant to what has been here for that amount of time. Or it was here 320 million years ago, yet man's only been, we're talking thousands of years.
2 million years.
Okay, so 2 million years for man, but this goes back 150 times that.
Yeah, but that's only at the start of the Paleozoic. So,
Yeah.
the end of the Paleozoic. So
Yeah.
You've still got a large element of time.
Okay, yep. I just love it because this fascinates me. That this, you've got, 320 million years of age. You've got this amazing thing, which is 65 million years of age. And then you've got the shrimp, which was, 100 million years of age. And then man was only like 2 million years ago. Or, we can trace it back.
The crinoids are a good example of evolution, basically. You have them starting out in an early period in the Devonian or maybe even the Silurian, and then spreading out, and basically in the Carboniferous they've reached maximum diversity
Yes?
and variety,
Yes.
and then they start to decline.
So after that time frame,
They're declining downwards.
right.
So you will find crinoids in the ocean today, but there's only 3 or 4 varieties left,
Okay.
as against hundreds of thousands of varieties back
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
Carboniferous.
Let me ask you a question because this has just jumped in my head. So we're going to come to the geological timescale. So the Precambrian, what do we have? Do we have fossils from these time zones? Because you're looking at 500 million years of age. What would we have from something like this? Do you own anything of this age?
Oh, sure.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
What would we expect to see from something in this time zone?
Soft-bodied animals, which
Marine animals again?
marine only.
Yeah.
So you're not getting any plant life until the Devonian.
Right. Yeah.
The start of the Devonian
Yeah.
into the Silurian, you're starting to get a bit of plant life.
Yeah.
Life's starting to make inroads onto the land, but prior to that it's all marine.
So everything Precambrian. So this geological timescale, guys, goes back to 4,000 million years. Is that right? So everything there would have been marine life.
So basically you're only coming in the first part of the Precambrian, Proterozoic.
Yep.
You have Ediacara from South Australia, which is all soft-bodied
So what? Okay, so a soft body would be just like a fish, just like a.
No,
I say fish with love.
didn't come in till later.
All right. So would it be? I say soft body. Describe
Like
that for me.
Worms.
Okay. Yep.
Basically worm-like animals.
It's like a jellyfish too.
Jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you own any of those? Can you bring one next week so that we can go back a little bit further back in time? Is that okay?
We can do that.
Fantastic.
But the problem being soft-bodied, they usually only left us impressions.
I was going to say it would leave like an indentation. It wouldn't leave you. You're not going to preserve the soft shell.
But just surprisingly, the amount of information can be obtained from those impressions anyway. There is conjecture about what animals they are actually, because they're genera that's no longer in existence, so it's speculation on scientists
Of course.
as to how that fits in on the family tree of life.
And they can only hypothesise with what they've got, with what information they currently have.
And then you get things like stromatolites,
Yes.
which you can still find today in Shark Bay in
Yep.
Western Australia, up
Okay.
near Carnarvon,
Yep.
where these one-celled animals form a coral-like
Structure.
blob,
Yep.
and they grow out in layers and get bigger and bigger.
Okay.
It's
Beautiful.
a indication of a lot higher salt level in the water,
Yes.
because a lot of seawater today would be toxic to stromatolites because then it's not salty enough for them.
Yes.
So it has to have a very high salt
Yes.
level.
Yes.
Which
So it would work really
an
well.
alien environment,
So
basically.
that would work really well, like in the Dead Sea, where there's a salt content that's much higher.
Theoretically, but whether
Yes.
you get
Yes.
stromatolites in that, I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes.
But stromatolites were going from here all the way up to still being around today.
So isn't that interesting? So they've got a time zone that they've transcended and been able to possibly adapt.
Over 500 million years.
Wow. It's amazing when you look at it like that, isn't it? That nature can help transform and transcend time in its adaptability. Like if it adapts to the environment, it can adapt and survive.
I'll bring in some
Thank you.
protozoic material next week.
Thank you. So there you go, guys. We're going to do some protozoic. So protozoic would be, 750 million years. Okay.
Most of this stuff will be around 600 million.
Okay, so next week we're going to go back 600 million years. So get ready, put on your time travelling capes. Come and join us next Wednesday because we're going to go back to 650 million years ago. Man wasn't even a thought, in the world at that point in time because we're still doing marine life. So come and join us next Wednesday for more. We're going to go a little bit further back in time. This was 65 million years. The little shrimp here was 100 million years. And then we had this amazing crinoid from the Mississippian era, which was 320 million years. Imagine having a shrimp for 100 million years and you have a shrimp cocktail. Imagine that. Wouldn't taste very good, would it? There you go. That's what a shrimp looks like past its use by date, guys. It's 100 million years old, so it's past its use by date, so don't touch, don't dare. All right, Geoff.
Shrimps haven't changed, basically.
No.
They've worked out an eco niche that they've filled, and they've had no reason to sort of change.
Isn't that special that they've adapted and they're just like, I don't need to change the way my structure is. I can just keep going in whatever the environment throws at me.
It's the same with jellyfish.
Yes. Yes, they just adapt and go.
If animals don't need to spend a lot of time and effort and expenditure to have to change because they're satisfactory in their eco niche, it's to their advantage not to
Of
change.
course. So that makes so much sense. All right, guys, this is Geoff. He's our paleontologist. He comes in every Wednesday. You can find him at the Museum of Victoria every Tuesday. If you've got a day off, go and see. Well, he hides. He's in the private rooms. But if you get a chance, go and actually have a look. If you're into fossils, go and have a look at the Museum of Victoria. They've got a Triceratops exhibition. I actually went on Monday, and there's a beautiful wall upstairs that explains how fossils are formed and what it takes and how the fossils can be damaged or broken up depending on the elements of the world at the time. So it's a very interesting exhibition to go and see. And if you've got kids, they love dinosaurs, and this big one It's just next level. So go and have a look.
The size of it, actually.
It's huge, wasn't it? I couldn't believe it.
I didn't know. I expected it to be smaller than that.
Yes, no, it was quite good, and it's a double, 2 stories. You can see it from the ground level, or you go upstairs and look down at it, and it's an amazing piece.
It's a very high percentage of actual bones. So
yes,
there is some restoration on them, but they've shown that up as a different colour.
Yes.
So you can actually work out what's real and what's been
added to it to help it sustain a structure.
Because usually with a large animal, you only get a percentage of the animal preserved. So
Yes.
whether or not, I'm not sure of the exact amount, but say hypothetically 70% of it's real and
Yes.
30% of it's made up from other specimens.
Yes.
Because they're missing a
Yes.
leg bone, so they
Yes.
would make the leg bone.
Yes.
And that
To
would be
fit.
done by comparison purposes.
Yes.
And size adaptation.
Which makes sense, because you're not going to find all of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they do a lot of printing these days for
The 3D printing.
3D printing.
Yes, yes.
So they would scan one,
Yes.
then they would adapt it to that size, and then they'd print it out.
Isn't that clever? You think of it like that modern day technology helping us rebuild the past.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's a very, very clever aspect. All right, good. Well, thanks for your amazing specimens that you brought in today, Geoff. We really do appreciate it. As I said, guys, come into join us next Wednesday. We're going to go to 600 million years ago. So we're going to see some indentations of some soft...
Impressions of
what did we call them? Like worms and stuff like that. Soft skin, soft...
jellyfish.
Yes, okay. So we're going to go back in time another 600 million years. So join us next Wednesday around 12 o'clock. But thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Geoff, for your time and your energy. We really appreciate it every Wednesday. And we look forward to seeing you in store. If you've got any questions, come in and see Geoff on a Wednesday. He's happy to ask, or he's happy for you to answer the questions. But yeah, it's a wealth of knowledge. All right, guys, have a great Wednesday. Enjoy the sunshine. See you next week. Bye.
Done.